The YouTube. I'm Ryan Phantom. Welcome to the YouTube recording. Everyone's flipping the fuck out because we have been streaming for about 4 hours. There was a bug in the game, and the bug's name was Lunk. All right, so who are we starting with, guys? I saw the chat was pretty split on this. I don't know if there's a specific order we're supposed to do. You crash landed onto a planet called Alternia. You staggered from the wreckage of your ship. You were desperate for information, for provisions, possibly a bit of medical attention, but most of all, you were desperate for friendship. Is what you could say if you were written by a bunch of hacks who cared about Aristotelian ideal of narrative unity. Hold on, my headphones are all twisted. Hold on. People are saying Lonk. I'll start with Lonk. Possibly you could make some reference to a circle being complete and the thoughtless and imbecilic man. Oh, shut the fuck up. The circle of stupidity is complete. But we're all in this together, right? We've all learned to groan enough to know that there's something deep and dark and absurd brewing beneath the surface. This really isn't about friendship anymore, isn't it? Is it? You've got enough friends. Now you need answers. You need... Oh, god damn it. This was just the intro screen. They're children. Are they just short or they're babies? Are they short or they babies? I can't tell. I can't tell if they're babies or not. They're babies. I say do the clown one first. Yeah, I want to do the clowns first because I want to save Lonk for last. Because Lonk's fucking great. I've been waiting for Lonk. The Lonk one's longer. Okay. All right, I'll do Lonk last then. You've gotten pretty good at the old friend-making game by now. But even an old hand at palling around like you, a real platonic Lothario, has bad nights sometimes. Tonight was one of those nights. It's getting close to morning, and not a new friend in sight. You'd met some new people, sure, but none of your conversations had planned out the way you wanted them to. Every interaction had come to a close with your friend count no higher than when you'd started, no matter how many compliments, offers to help, and other tried and true friending strategies you'd whipped out. You won't stand for it. You're determined to finish out the night with at least one more new buddy's name in your little black friendship book. But with the sun's about to rise, you have to admit you're cutting it a little close. As each minute ticks by, the sky gets a little lighter, and the possibility of dying in an agonizing, fiery death gets higher. I forgot to change the Twitch. I forgot to change the Twitch game. 1 second. God damn it. I always forget to do this, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, shit. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 50 minutes. Dashboard, Hiveswap, category, Hiveswap, Friendsim. Save. Fun fact, I think I mentioned this before, but I actually got Hiveswap Friendsim added to the Steam servers for games. I entered it around third or fourth act, and then they added it. Yeah, we have been playing GeoGuessr for 4 hours. Alright. Each minute ticks by, the sky gets a little lighter, and the possibility of dying an agonizing, fiery death gets higher. Maybe it'd be best for you to just to pack it in and find somewhere to spend the day. You pick up your trusty palm husk and call up one of the many friends you already have to ask if you can crash. Hell, maybe Skya will be up for sharing a Recupercoon again. The soothing ooze has kind of grown on you, and sleeping next to Skya always makes you feel comfy and safe. Same? Turns out Skya is more than down with you coming over. Time to make tracks. You turn tail and hurry in the direction of Skya's digs, but it's not long until you run into a distraction. That distraction is in the form of a house. It's a dark, crooked thing hulking close to the ground. Slatted wood walls, sloping roofs, vines cling to it like dust, and cobwebs cling to forgotten things in the attic. Something about it feels off. It possesses a certain energy that sends shivers up your spine, making your hair stand on end. An instinct deep in your gut is telling you to give it a wide berth. On the other hand, it's shelter. Sky is places a ways off yet, while the house is right here in front of you. Could be worth seeing if whoever lives here is willing to put you up for the day. Approach the house. There's nothing else for it. You make your way towards the house, even though everything inside you is screaming at you to stay away. Even though with every step you take, I'll be watching you. Your chest tightens and your hands tremble. By the time you reach the door, you're shaking like a leaf. Adrenaline zings through you. You could choke on it. You want to run, but you force yourself to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Hold on, guys. There we go. It's a slow motion race between you and the sunrise. At this rate, the suns will make it all the way into the sky before you can even knock. You drag yourself the rest of the way, stumbling onto the front step. The door knocker is an intricate yet grotesque thing, an undulating tongue lolling out of a set of sharp teeth, all in cast iron. You grab the lumpy end of the tongue and bang it against the door. Nothing. Fuck. Maybe you'll get lucky and the door will be open? Out of options, you reach out and turn the doorknob. You can feel the first licks of sunlight against the back of your neck. Is it just you or is your skin starting to blister? But today's your lucky day. The door opens. Lucky day. Very lucky. You should feel overjoyed at your life being spared. Instead, your focus is fully on how the roiling in your belly has bloomed fully into nausea. In the distance, inexplicably, is the peal of sirens, an insistent whining noise that only continues to get louder. You shouldn't have come here. It's not like you had another choice. You might as well see what awaits you inside. But as soon as you cross the threshold, the world lurches and you pass out. Oh boy. You come to at a different room than the foyer. Head ringing like someone just whacked it. When you move to sit up, there's a sound of skittering all around you, like hundreds of tiny insects are scurrying away to safety. Have they been roving the floor while you were knocked out? Gross. Prop yourself back on your hands and take a look around. Your impromptu nap has done nothing to assuage the I don't know that word. The deep sense of wrongness you have about this place. But hey, maybe you've managed to sleep through the day. Maybe the sun has set again, so you can get the hell out of here. This sense of optimism is misplaced, probably, but it's not as if you can check. There are no windows. You cast your eyes around the room. Underneath the floral, peeling wallpaper, the walls are riddled with damp and mold. On the other side of the room, an open door. Thank fuck. You aren't locked in, then. You can look for somewhere else in this place that might have got a damn window. Oh, boy, clowns. Oh, boy, clowns. Oh, boy. You step into a long, winding corridor. It's so cramped you feel almost as though the walls are closing in. While it had been warm enough outside, in here a deep chill settles over you, sinking deep into your bones. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You're half convinced you'll never be warm again. Emanating from somewhere you can't see is music, tinny and rhythmic. Soon interrupted by a crackling noise, like someone trying to tune into the correct station on a radio. Then one of the picture frames lights up. Looks like it was actually some sort of TV screen. I don't... Welcome! I don't have voices for them. Maybe Jesse and James? I don't know. Babies. Welcome. We're glad that you're awake, and that you came to visit us. We've been really bored in this stinky old house. It really sucked. We could have just died from how boring it was. Two voices. One monotonous and so quiet you can barely hear it. The other shrill, dramatic, like its owner never learned the meaning of words. Indoor voice. Catching what the quieter person is saying isn't made easier by the high-pitched giggling that starts up in the background whenever they start speaking. So hurry up and find us. We want to play a game. Don't type like that, please. Hey, please don't type like that. Gee, why do those words give you such a profound sense of deja vu? Play with me. Play with me. Guys, I'm sorry. I gotta. I'm sorry. This has to happen.
Play with me.
Griffin.
Play with me.
Is this just
Play
like
with me. Play with us. Just
might have to
play with
do-
me.
Play with
Play
us.
with
Play
me.
with us?
Play with me in my playhouse.
Okay. The line goes dead. At the same time, a door pops open at the other end of the corridor. You're meant to go through it, you guess. You'd rather go somewhere else, anywhere else, other than through that door, but there's nowhere else to go. Or is there? Oh boy. Okay. We gotta remember our choices here. Approach the door. Oh, okay. Your wariness only intensifies what's set off down the hall because the walls start fucking bleeding. You've seen enough troll blood at this point to be able to recognize it. Multicolored streams ooze over the wallpaper and faded portraits lining the wall, collecting and congealating in sticky, vicious puddles on the floor. Viscous, sorry. Narrow hallway becomes steeped in the stench of copper. You walk faster, but the streams of blood follow you, sluicing down from the ceiling as quickly as you walk. And the walls will screen slime! You reach the door, eager to get away from the grisly sight. You throw it open, but, oh god, I didn't consider what might be waiting for you behind it. What if these two shady characters plan to torture you, tie you up and steal your palm husk, texting embarrassing messages to your friends while you can only look on in horror, helpless and unable to intervene? Anything but that. I like how the walls are oozing everything except for green slime. It's too dark to see anything. All you can do is fumble around and feel with your hands. Getting out of the room again is a no-go. The door swung shut behind you as soon as you stepped inside. You shuffled forward on wobbly legs. The floor feels unstable somehow, like it's going to open up and swallow you at any moment. Would it be a good idea to call out to see if anyone's here? Oh, there was no choice there. Okay, just making sure. You manage a feeble hello. Your voice echoes. Soft laughter reverberates back in response. You catch a glimpse of something from the corner of your eye, a flash of purple. There's a sensation of eyes on the back of your neck watching you, but you can't discern where the other presence in the room is, if there even is one. Kind of hate this. Of all the shitty welcomes you received, this one takes the cake. You have to get out of here. Try to gather your panicked thoughts together to formulate a plan. But before you can do anything, a series of ropes appear seemingly from nowhere, coiling tight around you and holding you down. You're finally here! We've been waiting for you! A light comes on. It's not the warm, burning rays of sunlight. This room is windowless, too. But a spotlight, bright and harsh. It lights up a broad swath of the room, bleaching it white and sending long shadows stretching away from it. You can see your captors more clearly now. Two purple-blood kids. Aside from their expressions, they look exactly the same. A manic glint sparkles in the eye of one of them, as sharp as a razor blade grin. The other looks more hesitant, almost sad. I never figured out their names. We're Baisley. And Barzum. You're the alien, ain't you? You look weird. Your body's real weird. We wonder what color your blood is. Or how springy and slimy your acid tubes are. They squirm around like slither beasts when we slice them from troll bellies. Are yours the same? Cool. Struggle against your bonds. You have no idea what acid tubes are. You'd much rather they stay inside your body where they belong. Thanks. You thought you moved past the days where you had to surf as a torture muppet. All you need was a few hours shelter from the sun. If it's safe to go outside again, you'd really like to leave. This was the wrong thing to say, apparently. The other twins leer at you disapprovingly. Or, well, one of them looks so disappointed you might just burst into tears. The other one just looks pissed. No way! We told you. We've been so bored. Do you know what it's like? To be all alone? No one else to play with. Play with me. Play with I should keep this video up, honestly.
Play with me!
For wipes. We might have each other. We're never truly alone. That's what makes being us so great. But it's a little difficult to play pranks on someone who always knows what you're thinking and feeling. Wait, you thought Barzum was the quiet one and Paisley was the loud one. But it looks like you were mistaken? Or did they switch? If you weren't faced with the prospect of having your innards yanked out and played with by bloodthirsty children, you might be more puzzled by their statement. As it stands, you have more pressing problems on your mind right now, so their words are more or less fly over your head. You squirm harder, even though it doesn't do any good. In fact, it just seems to make the twins madder. Sadder? You settle on smatter. Stop trying to get away. It's always like this. No one ever wants to play with us. Damn it, I can't play it every time. We hate it. Now hold still. You look at them beseechingly, trying to appear as small and helpless as possible. Maybe it's a little pathetic giving puppy dog eyes to literal children, but you lost track of your own dignity a long time ago. They're really not going to do this, right? A noise starts up. It sounds suspiciously like a chainsaw? And is it just you, or is there a scent of raw meat in the air? Where the hell is it coming from? You continue straining in your bonds, stomach clenching in fear, bile rising at the back of your throat. They're not actually going to hurt you, right? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh... You wake up, gasping. But you aren't strapped down anymore. You're in the same room you were in the beginning. What happened? The room hasn't changed since you've been gone. There's still only one way out. You really, really don't want to step through the door again, but what else can you do? Step through the door. It's that radio crackling again. Huh. Welcome! Welcome! We're glad you're awake. Their little greeting goes on like it had before. Pre-recorded message, maybe? Heart pounds as you step through the second door, hoping you'll be able to sidestep the ropes this time, but instead of getting tied, and you trip forward into a vat of what feels like glue. You were lucky enough to have turned your face away from the stickiness, so your nose is still above the surface so you can breathe. For now, anyway. But you can't move. You're finally here! We've been waiting for you! They're acting like this is the first time all over again. What is this fuckery? Are they messing with you? You met already, mere minutes ago. No, we would have remembered. Meeting a weirdo like you. Stop trying to trick us. Then everything goes black for a third time. And here you are again. One sec. Sorry. Here you are again. Welcome. Welcome! Are you for real? This time you get shoved into a box. You're pretty sure you pass out while you're in the middle of being buried alive. You come to in the room you're beginning to think of as yours, yet again. Pass out 5 times, 10. You begin to lose count. You never pass out at the same point during the twin shenanigans, but it inevitably happens. You always end up right back where you started.
Groundhog time.
1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat.
Weatherman Phil Connors.
Every time you black out before you can think you could die, you've almost died dozens of times by now, and it's really beginning to stress you out. You have to be stuck in this sort of time loop. You see this sort of thing in movies all the time. Everyone knows that movies are the best points of reference for one's actual life. Movies, huh? The hero wakes up to the strains of an old pop song playing on the radio and reminisces over childhood... Anyways, which sends them back in time and they have to stop a crime before it happens. Or maybe you were thinking of a different movie. What's that? They wake up to a song on the radio? It's Groundhog Day. That is the reference. Anyway, your point is that you have to find a way out of the loop. Hopefully you won't have to do anything too wild, like stab your past self and then throw your own bloodied corpse out the window. That would really, really blow. Oh, that sounds strangely familiar. Unfortunately, you can't seem to find any clues indicating what you should do next. You always pass out. The twins are always excited to play with slash torture you. They don't seem to be aware that any of this is happening from what you can tell. Nice Homestuck reference. After around some 20-something or other, you've had it. Enough is enough. You can't take any more giggling, any more of that hard, damp floor, any more excruciating games. You might not be any closer to figuring out what to do, but you have to try something. Remember who you are, Simba. It's a lot of choices here. What are we doing, guys? I'm seeing fuck this and Simba. I'm gonna do fuck this first. There's one thing you've been doing wrong, appealing to the twins to let you go. All they seem to care about is torturing you. Of course, simply asking them for your freedom isn't gonna work. You'll do things differently this time. If you want to escape, you'll have to go on the offensive. You wake up again. Disembodied voices, bleeding walls, game, check, check, check. You head towards the twins' room. Stand back, you yell before they can launch into their tirade. You're a weird, scary alien with weird, scary alien superpowers. You're not afraid to use them. You switch on your phone's torch app, waving it around. You even attempt an intimidating roar for added effect. The only superpowers you're aware of is your irresistible charm instead of truly banging gams, but they don't need to know that. Your gambit works. They don't cower in fear exactly, but they're bamboozled enough for you to look frantically around the room as much as you can with your paltry light source. There! An air vent with a loose grill. With a desperate yell, you launch yourself up towards it and crawl inside. The twins, finally aware that this is all just an elaborate ruse, start shouting after you. Twins' indignant voices start to fade as you wriggle deeper into the dusty guts of the house. Can't have very long. It's only a matter of time until the diminutive terrors climb into the vents after you. Maybe they'll run ahead and cut you off via one of the other rooms the vent's connected to. They must know the layout of the house better than you do. Much to your surprise, though, you re-emerge at one of the outside walls with no trouble. It's dusk, not day, for which you mutter a quick thank you to your merciful overlords. From here, it's a simple matter of picking your way down the vines until you get to the bottom. Once your feet touch the ground, you start running. When you cast one last wild glance back over your shoulder, you catch sight of them, your captors, who you successfully hoodwinked. They're standing at the grand front doorway, screaming. You have no idea why they are coming after you, but you don't question it, pumping your legs until they're burning. It's a good thing you spent all that time jogging with Stelsa. You've gotten really good at running away from your problems. Stop running once you can't see in the house anymore. You're a little surprised that getting away turned out to be that simple. But you know better than to look a gift hoofbeast in the squawk gaper. Relief floods you in the waves. You did it. You got away. Slow down to a leisurely walking pace, pulling out your phone as you go. You have a slew of texts from Skya, who've been wondering what happened to you after you never turned up. Her invitation to come over and hang out still stands, though. Oh boy, you can't wait to finally make your way over there and chill with her. You've never played favorites among your pals, but you have to admit you have hold a particular fondness for Skya. Me too. Her whole thing where she always makes sure not to cause you any bodily harm, that definitely has its charms. Keep walking, but after a while your stomach starts to sink. It's been half an hour and your surroundings don't look any different. You should have been closer to Skya's neck of the woods by now. It's not until you catch a sight of a weathered wall all wound with ivy you realize what's going on. Oh boy. It's the house again. You're still stuck. You're not going to be able to leave its grounds no matter how much you walk. Might have escaped the house, but whatever curse or time-space witchcraft this isn't confined to within these walls. You're in a pocket dimension of some sort, and you don't know how to break out. So now you can either return to the twins, since they're the only company you have out here, or make these bushes your new best friends. You look dolefully out at the miles of scraggy underbrush before you. You'd probably best get used to gazing at nothing but this, since it's all you're going to be seeing for a long, long time. Well, we're bush people now. Let's get this grass. All right. Actually, this arc looks like it has several endings, which is unsurprising seeing the title. All right, we'll do the instant death though. No fucking way. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Didn't you just establish that this place gives you the heebiest of jeebies? Plus, there's always a chance that the inhabitant will cull you instead of help you. You're sticking to your original plan, thank you very much. Finally, firmly ignoring the house, you continue on your way. Make good progress for a while. Your map app says you're heading in the right direction, except... Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Why are you here again? Did you take the wrong turn somewhere? Whatever, you're not going to dwell on it. Time is running out, and you need to get away from this stupid house pronto. You'll make sure to do it right. This time, you'll go... Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me! Why are there so many endings? Left. Turn left. Classic. Classic episode. Okay, you split, breaking into a jog. The scenery flicks past as you pick up the pace. Pick up the pieces. Urgency spurring you on. It's getting even lighter. Won't be long now. What? Check your palm husk again. You're right back where you started, even though just a moment ago the map's GPS put you at a decent distance away. This is ridiculous. There's obviously something weird going on. But the suns are creeping over the horizon. Time's up. There's nothing else for it. You make your way towards the house, even though everything inside you is screaming at you to stay away. Even though with every step, chest tightens in your... What? Wait. Oh. I see. Hold on. I'm gonna, just for curiosity's sake, I'm gonna try going right. Okay. Scenery flicks past you. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's search for another exit, please. Well, no, let's... Let's do this first. Remember who you are, Simba. There's one thing you've been doing wrong, making this all about escape. You've been so preoccupied with not getting sliced into pieces with knives and everything that you've lost track of what's truly important. The word that echoes in your heart when you rise at dusk and pulses through your bloodstream during the rest of your waking hours until it's time to go to sleep. The word that's kicked off every single narrative you've starred in thus far. Friendship. You'll do things differently this time. You're going to bring yourself to truly care about these creepy clown children, god damn it. Even if it's the last thing you do. And by the way things are going, it very well could be. Their MO is oddly benign this time. A tickling machine. Oh, Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, it's a little difficult for you to talk to them through all the laughter. What are those noises they're making? I think they're trying to tell us something. Miraculously, the ticking stops to tickling stops. You wheeze, trying to catch your breath, hoping to God you weren't peed. You haven't peed. You've managed not to wet yourself out of fear until now. It'd just be the worst to have broken your streak due to laughing too hard. What is it about clowns and you divesting your body of waste? After showing yourself that your underwear is blessedly dry, you ask, if they kill you, won't they just be alone again? How is that beneficial for anyone? They'll be bored and you'll be, dead. Which you would really rather not be. Their creeping, saccharine smiles transform into matching expressions of confusion. Barzum puts a finger to her chin, cocking her head to one side as if deep in thought. Almost like a puppy. Under any other circumstances, you might even consider it cute. What are you talking about? We don't want to kill you. Maybe just cut you a little. You'll heal right back up again. Don't be such a wiggler. Some of the things they've tried to inflict on you would have definitely taken more than your regular human healing functions to recover from. But wait, Think back to Ramel taking a whole-ass club in her side and acting like it was no big. She said something about higher blood colors being able to take more of a beating, too. Are the twins assuming that's the case for everyone? God, this is what happens when all of the adults in society go off-planet. We live in a society! Go off-planet. And leave a bunch of zoo animals to bring up their kids. Or, well, trolls also solve most of the problems by killing each other. Can't discount that either, you suppose. Everyone, we live in a society. Shut the fuck up! I'm never gonna be able to read this. I'm not gonna be able to read anymore. I can't. The society you live in is a valid troll name. I'm actually crying. So much. Just shut up! I'm not looking at the chat anymore. I'm not looking at the chat anymore. Take a closer look at the twins. There isn't any malice in either of their faces. The only emotion you can discern is idle curiosity. You decide to take that as encouragement. You explain that, no, you won't heal up from being sliced open, or from an on-fire scuttlebuggy being flung at your head, because you're human, and humans deal differently from trolls. Well, differently from high-blood trolls, at least. You even use your best babysitter voice for good measure. You feel like you're giving a stern talking to about the importance of taking care of one's toys so that they don't break. Instead, you propose, why don't you be friends? You can all play together, instead of you being the subject of their torment. They'll be able to play with you longer that way, too. They give you a strange look. Friends? What's that? People not agree to be their playmates very often? No. Usually everyone runs in the other direction. So we have to catch them. Or trick them. That explains a lot. You think you're beginning to understand. If they let you down, you can try and show them what you have in mind. They do. They actually free you. They turn all the lights on in the room, too, so you can finally see everything in it. Oh. It's bigger than you expected, and set up like a circus tent. A wire is suspended along the ceiling. A person-sized target board rotates at dizzying speeds against the back wall. Juggling clubs, knives, scarves, and other people are piled across the floor. Other props, sorry. You recognize a few of the mechanisms they had inflicted on you before. It's pure chaos. So, what else do they do with all this stuff? They're still staring at you as if they're not sure how to quite deal with you engaging them with voluntarily. You're feeling pretty tentative yourself. This whole interaction seems incredibly precarious. You're afraid that if you make a misstep, you'll end up back in the tickling rack again. This isn't ours. We just found it when we got here. But it does look a lot like what's in our hive. We can do shows. And stunts. All kinds of cool stuff. Fuck, even when they aren't threatening you. Oh shit, I just realized something. Fucking, one of them talks in lowercase and one of them talks in fucking uppercase. And when they combine, their text becomes Gamzee's. So is Gamzee just a fusion of these two? Yeah, of course I just realized. I'm dumb, man. Fuck, even when they aren't threatening you, the way they talk in chorus like that freaks you out a little. In perfect unison, like they're one voice instead of two. You shake off your fears and suggest that they show you a little something. They seem to like that idea. Excitedly, they scurry over to the target board. One twin stands against it while the other picks up a handful of throwing knives. You're anxious. You don't exactly want them to rough up each other instead of you. But Barzum just throws the knives at a graceful arc. They surround Basily perfectly, barely missing him. You gasp, your mouth perfect O. Everyone... That face. Laughing together like they're sharing a secret. If you think that's impressive, watch this. They execute a sick flip. Oh, we're doing sick flips now? On a pair of trapezes, that's the word, above a bed of swords, making a daring escape from one of the contraptions they trapped you in. They move similarly to how they speak, perfectly in tandem with each other. With a variety of obsessions you've seen among your friends, it figures that it was only a matter of time until you met someone who made a hobby out of risking their lives. It's not too out there compared to cage fighting, you suppose, or collecting saucy East Alternian figures. You could have just escaped. From the trap we put you in earlier, you know. Why didn't you? You laugh nervously. You haven't exactly had much practice. And maybe it would have been easier if you had someone else to help. You look at the two of them pointedly. You didn't even realize siblings were a thing among trolls, let alone twins. Wait. Sibling? What's that? You know, someone you share a lucis with? Someone you hatched with in the same clutch? Are you phrasing that right? We do share a lucis. We share everything. We just didn't hatch from the same clutch. We hatched from the same egg. No, they are related. Wait, what? We were going to be a single troll, but we split into two. Oh! They were gonna be a single troll, huh? I don't like that. Don't like that. What the fuck? Just our bodies, though. Our minds are still one. Wait, what? One person, two bodies. We're one and the same. What? They're a hive mind. What the fuck? Okay, maybe siblings aren't a thing on Alterniang. Oh well. Alternia, after all, being literally the same person is quite a bit different from the human concept of twins or siblings. Somehow this leads to them telling you all about a number of exploits they had with some of the other kids in the neighborhood. One story led to another, and soon you're recounting some of your own adventures too. They particularly love your attempt at giving an impression of Nike, clapping and crowing as you get into a dramatic power stance that flex your flimsy muscles. You can't help but feel a little proud of yourself. You feel like the guy in Jurassic Park who walked into the Velociraptor den all, "Be chill, my dudes," and then they actually listened to him. Chris Pratt is the name you're looking for. Besides, there's something great about making kids laugh. Even kids who were trying to murder you less than an hour ago. The twins are in the middle of talking about a prank they played on that they found hilarious, and that you've been trying hard not to grimace at horror at when you feel it, a certain change in the air. Didn't they mention they'd been stuck here? Did we? Yes, we have. When we try to go out the door, some sort of force pushes us back. You're the first person we've seen since we got here. You have a hunch that might have changed. Why don't you all try again? They look at you skeptically. Hold on. My feet are cold. There we go. If you want. It's not going to be any different, though. Tell them just to trust you. You look at the front door. The twins are crowding you from either side, clinging onto your arms and edging so close it's like they're trying to burrow into you. Ready? They nod. You push against the door. Opens and you breathe in the cool evening air. Not so fast. We've gotten this far before, but we won't be able to go any farther. You'll see. Take one step, then another. As you look beyond the grounds of the house, you see things you hadn't seen when you first got here. Mountains in the distance, other houses. Before, all you could see was shrubbery. Get me! A shrubbery! Pick up the pace. The house falls away behind you, disappearing into the fog. Whoa! You did it. You actually did it. We can finally leave. They swoop in to grab you, hugging you hard. The curving horns of their masks almost stab you in the cheek. These things are a bit of a hazard when their wearers only come up to about where your chest is. They keep talking before you can get a word in, pulling you forwards and shuffling you along between them. Looks like you were right. It wasn't just enough to save yourself, you had to save them too. You don't know how, but the key to making this little patch of universe obey the rules of reality once more was friendship all along. Hey! Oh! Oh, okay. It was a Jeep! You should have seen your face. You were shit to your gam tubes terrified. You heave a sigh as their incessant giggling surround you like so many playful ghosts. Yes, yes, you say. Very clever. They were the ones behind all this nonsense, were they? You start guessing somewhere towards the end. You wiggle your hands vaguely. All the time stuff. They sure scared you all right. No. That wasn't us. We were talking about the bloody walls. Creepy sounds. None of that was real. That was all us. That was all chuckle voodoos. We're the best at chuckle voodoos. We got you so good. They both bounce beside you excitedly. You blink down at them. You have no idea what the heck chuckle voodoos are, but you can only guess that it's some sort of illusionary thing. So they didn't have anything to do with time messing up? Folding in on itself? No. We told you. We've been trying to get out of that stupid house. For wipes. Maybe even a perigee. Did you really think that was our hive? Our place is so much cooler than that dump. Is it their actual hive? You have your reservations about that, but you can't find it within you to say no as they eagerly pull you along, one twin hugging your hand, the other looping an arm in yours. You look back at the house one last time. You have no clue whether the twins are lying or if they're telling the truth. What really caused what happened here, but right now? You're content enough knowing that you'll never have to see this place ever again. Is that real? Is it real? Is it real? Alright. Alright, good ending. Did we live in a society? Did we do it? Alright, but we're not done yet. We still have to do, we still have an ending on their end. Okay. Search for another exit. This must be the instant death. No. There has to be something else in here. Ignoring the voice's instructions, you examine the walls of the corridor instead. Soon enough, you notice something funny about one of the paintings. Its frame seems much thicker than the others, which strikes you as somehow suspicious. Feeling along its bottom edge reveals a button. You push it. There's a groaning sound, and part of the wall folds itself away, revealing a tunnel of some sort. Ha! You knew it. You're so focused on trying to make your escape that you rush through the opening without looking. If you'd been more careful, you might have noticed one very important thing. Past this doorway, there is no floor. Your feet meet with thin air, sending you pitching downwards. Drat, you think, as you plunge towards the pit of knives beneath you. You reached a fall or a milestone on Chitter the other day, too. You hadn't got around to bequeathing it to any of your friends in case something like this happened. Your final regretful thoughts are of your account, dusty and abandoned, with no one there to continue to update it when you're gone. These game over, these game over panels are by a different artist, I can tell. I really like it. They look really good. Not that the other ones didn't, but these ones, this one in particular is very expressive. Yeah, you might have. This one's just really expressive. I like it. The artists always give a shit. Alright, and that's for the twins. Oh boy. You know what that means? It's time. It's been fucking weeks. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting, saying, oh, next week will be the one. Next time will be the one with Lunk. And it wasn't. And now, it's finally time. It's finally time for Lunk. Keep an open mind. I don't like that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, well, some of you might remember the voice I said I was going to do for Lunk. Oh! I know this song! I did remember who you are. I know this song from Homestuck. Don't fuck up the voice. Listen. I'm not gonna do anything too goofy. What's next on the docket? Oh, you're really feeling like completely going off the rails. So it's a good thing the first person to ping you on your palm husk is Lynera. That nutty bitch is exactly the sort of destabilizing influence your life needs right now. I don't remember Lynera's voice. Hello, my friend! Because that's what we are now. Friends! Cool. That's not a weird at all way to talk to someone. Oh boy. You're really loving this one. Not sure what it is, but you're positive whatever crackpot caper this loopy troll is about to rope you into is going to be a real humdinger. There's a sense of finality in the air. You can taste it. Lynera does you the courtesy of listening to you say all that shit without getting super put off by how much of a freak you are. Listen up. So I was thinking, since us becoming friends has worked out so well, I'm starting to think maybe it'd be a good idea to be making more friends. Oh, making more friends another shot after all, I guess? That's what I was thinking. So there's this party I was invited to. You see, the fellow Jades in my cloister always sneak out to go do these things. Gently suggest to Lynera she should hurry it the fuck up. Okay, so I'm nervous to go out and I want a friend to come with me, okay? Is that so crazy? Oh, you subbed. Oh, I got a sub! Thanks for subbing. You got a fucking nutmeg emote of my cat. By the way, everyone, if you didn't know, if you sub to me, you get a nutmeg emote, which is my cat. I only get one emote slot because I'm a Twitch affiliate, but here's the nutmeg emote. You don't think that's crazy at all? You think that sounds fantastic, actually. You don't ask for any details because who gives a shit? He is. He's very cute. Oh, it's this background again. You show up on the block. You're not going to talk about how you were there, how you got there, or whatever, because it's just a waste of time. You're just there. Lynera met up with you, too. What's wrong with this arc? This arc is just... Lynera mentioned there might be dancing, so you decided to really dress up for the occasion. Oh, man, you went fucking nuts. You're wearing a cape and shit, but also, like, fishnets. Maybe a sexy bra, if that's your thing. Whatever you happen to drudge out of some dumpster or another. Honestly, you can imagine whatever you want here. But you know it's complete bullshit and you look like a total slut. Lynera isn't wearing... What is this arc? Lynera isn't wearing anything special because we would have had to pay someone to redraw all its sprites? What? What? I'm sorry. I need to check the credits real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna need to go back and play all of them, aren't I? I'm gonna need to go back and befriend all of them to get all these achievements. Even though I've already played. It is V? Shit. I'm scared. I mean, fucking Hussy wrote this, goddamn. I know V is Hussy. I know V is Hussy. God damn it. Alright. From the looks of it, he better not have fucked up Wonk. From the looks of it, you're heading over to somebody's Hive party? You're rolling up on some kind of joint that, from past experience, you can now surmise is an alien domicile. They aren't. Okay. I believe James. It's pretty big, and maybe belongs to someone in the blue end of the spectrum. Back here again, is this block just where all the jade-blooded schoolgirls love to get down and dirty? Yeah, it's V from BTS. It hits you like a bucket of ice when you realize whose hive you're walking straight towards this time. This is Ardada's hive. Oh, that's just great. Your friend Ardada. Boy, you love Ardada. Can't wait to see her again. As you approach, you can immediately tell what kind of deal they have going on here. You can hear the tunes bumping all the way down the block. When you get near enough to see there are obviously a bunch of drunk teens passed out on the lawn. This is a full-blown frat house rager. Hold on, I got some Crystallines drawing. Yes, sexy. Definitely doesn't seem like Lynera's sort of scene. That's because it isn't! Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. Kinda can't either. You're not even in the front door. You can already feel the sweat pouring out of your armpits. This is gonna be so much fun! You pass all the smashed lawn teens and go up to knock on the front door. You have to rap on it a few times until the telltale sound of clicking heels faintly reaches your ears. The door opens and you discover that the gracious host is standing on the other side is none other than your best friend Ardada! Woohoo! She looks surprised to see you only for a moment before her face resolves into a wicked grin. Ah. My. Look what the perbies dragged in. Back for more so soon, my sweet. You're not actually sure how much time has passed since you last ran into Ardada. Actually, it was a secret squirrel, wasn't it? I think it was the last time we saw Ardada. Since you last ran into Ardada, it doesn't feel like it can be described in any metric by soon. You've been physically savaged so many times since then, you're not sure you're blocking out, though. Tell Ardada you're really glad to see her, because you totally are. You tell her you weren't expecting her to be hosting a party, though. Oh, I don't know if I'd call it a party. More of a friendly kickback of sorts. Sort of an exclusive, really. Of all the world's finest influencers are here. How exactly did you hear about my little shindig? Well, I certainly consider you to be one of my finest friends. I don't recall inviting you. You gesture vaguely to Lynera. She doesn't seem to know how to lie, and immediately cracks under the pressure. One of the other Jades from my cloister told me to come. His name is Lunk, and I don't think he was invited either. I get the impression we kind of always came out here. Basically, we're crashing, if that's okay. Well, of course. What an informal soiree without a few entirely uninvited interlopers. Lynera doesn't seem to know if she's being sarcastic or not, and you aren't sure if she is either, to be honest. You're like, are you fucking with us? And she's like, oh, or whatever. Of course not. I just have but one question for you, my dears. Ardada beckons you near. You obey her slavishly. She leans in close to your ear and intones. Do you hereby certify under penalty of law, that you are of age to view adult content within your state of legal residence? Have you acknowledged the contents of this volume as accompanying material? It's just a fucking... it's just the fucking terms of service. I guess. Am I gonna be able to stream this? I wish V would stop doing this. Do the too scared one. Okay. James says do the too scared one. Oh, man. The sound of those make you quake in your slutty little boots. Controversial fictional material, you say. Damn, it's almost starting to sound like a woman wrote this. Count you out. Ardada clicks her tongue. What is this hard? Ardada clicks her tongue. She reaches for the cup of markers she keeps on the table next to the door and pulls one out. You flinch back as she wields it like a weapon to draw a big blue X on the back of your hand. Here. Now all of my fine guests will know we have a delicate little angel on our hands. And then she turns to Lynera. I don't think this is hussy, guys. James says it's not, and I trust James, for the most part. And what about you, my sweet thing? Huh? Oh, I'm not real, so it's cool. What? 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 I'm not real, so it's cool. Very well, then. Welcome to the bash. Drinks are... What does that mean? Drinks are free, but if you die of poisoning, you're contractually obligated to croak in range of one of my cameras. Toodaloo. Ardana blows you a toxic kiss and saunters off to mingle with her enthusiastic guests. You and Lynera step past the threshold and have a look around. Lynera is visibly nervous, which unfortunately a little bit infectious. You ask her where her friend is. She glances about a bit. Oh, I don't know. He's, Oh, over there. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Where's that Phantom cameo we've been waiting for? Diamond, Skya, and, Elward are here, by the way. I saw this background earlier. This was, part of the Steam thing. Yeah. Yeah. The whole shebang... Oh, that is Hot Dog Juggler! Shit! Fuck. He's gonna be in Arc 2 of the Friendsim, right? The whole shebang seems to have a pretty chill teenagers drinking Kool-Aid vibe. Apart from the fact that's definitely not Kool-Aid. Everyone's milling about, chatting amiably. You spot a few familiar faces. Diamond flirting with roasting his Frank on the hearth. Elward leaned casually against the doorframe to the kitchen and talking to a cute girl. Of course. Skya recounting some enrapturing rodeo caper to a group of gathered trolls. It's a real diverse roster of friendly folks. Spot Lynera, who's pointing out to the corner of the parlor's arrangement of couches, armchairs, sat among a group of friends on the floor, the only other Jade blood in the room. He's even more impeccably dressed and done up than the rest of the markedly fashion-forward Jades you've met. When he catches sight of Lynera, his face lights up, and he rises to make his way over to greet you. I'm trying to determine whether or not the flower crown is great. I don't know if the music's loud enough. Hold on. James, was this one of yours? Yeah, it's good. I like it. I have to try to get the voice. First of all, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna guzzle some fucking goldfish real quick. So bask in the glory of Wonk real quick. I don't want him to be a dick. Yeah, we're all babies. Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? What I picked was the safe for work one? Oh my god! That's what happened! That's why I picked Question. Let me ask. Can I actually stream the other one? Would I get banned from Twitch if I streamed the other one? Well, if saying please stream it doesn't help. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it is worth it, because fucking I don't want to get banned from Twitch, and I don't want you guys to get banned from... Yeah, I don't think you guys want me to get banned from Twitch. There's no NSFW images. Oh, then it's probably fine. Anyways, oh, Lynera, you've made it after all. I was starting to think you weren't going to come. Well, surprise! I didn't! Not come, I mean. I did come. Hi. I'm here! You cringe, but Lonk seems otherwise unaffected by Lynera's astonishingly embarrassing display. He turns to you with a warm smile. And who's this? You can't help but get a little flustered when your eyes meet. His makeup and stylings might lean to the severe and feminine, but he has a contrastively calming and masculine voice that puts you at ease straight away. He seems to have quite the opposite effect than Lynera. Before you can answer yourself, she starts blabbering a mile a minute. Oh, this is my friend! I invited them because they're an alien. I guess you almost murdered them because I was jealous of their friendship with Branya. We were close as friends. I started to work past my self-destructive obsessionism with her. And they agreed to come with me because I'm socially anxious and afraid of you. Oh, that's awfully nice of them. Hold on, sorry. I knew that was a lot at once. Let me recognize that statement into clear, digestible list of bullet points. You've absolutely no need to do that, Lynera. The V's are big. The V's are big. I've understood your point just fine. Oh, okay. Lonk looks back at you. Thank you for helping Lynera feel more comfortable here. Why don't you come and sit with us? Lonk turns and gestures to other trolls he was speaking with before. A teal-blooded boy and an indigo-blooded girl, neither of whom you recognize. They both have notebooks on their laps. They give you friendly waves. Okay, that sounds great. What are we doing? We're in the middle of a poetry reading. I like this. I like this safer work shit. I like this safer work shit. What if I just didn't do the NSFW version? Just never goes up on fucking... I'll do a bit of NSFW. I'll do it, but if it gets really bad, I'm gonna stop. I don't know if you've prepared anything of your own to share, but you might find it relaxing just to listen. Poetry? Lynera's face has gone bright green. Oh boy. Why would you think I've written any poetry? I don't, really. It was merely a suggestion. Have you? Well, maybe? Wait. No! Put a comforting hand on Lynera's shoulder, intuiting immediately that she has indeed written plenty of poetry, but is embarrassed by the prospect of sharing any of it. You remind her she's among trusted friends here and has nothing to fear. Oh, I guess you're right. Well then, please, come and join us. Lonk leads you back to his group, inviting you to sit down with them in a circle. Lynera goes to deliberate lengths to insert you between herself and Lonk, so you're the one sitting next to him. Why don't we pick up back where we left off? I was just about to read my latest piece. You say that sounds great. Lonk's two friends close their eyes and take each other's hands. You and Lynera are both plenty surprised when Lonk and the indigo blood sitting next to Lynera try to take yours and close the circle. At your obviously shocked expression, Lonk explains, we find physical contact helps us feel closer on a spiritual level during our poetry sessions. But if you aren't comfortable with it, you're under no obligation. You feel really respected right now. So you and Lynera both assent to join the circle. She even takes the first initiative to hold your hand first. I wish we would have done this first, before the after the NSFW. Because now we have to do the NSFW last, which I'm gonna fucking hate. Lonk reaches out and takes your fingers gently in his. You don't know what it is, but you can't help yourself from blushing shyly. His hand is soft and warm in yours, short red nails, immaculately manicured. Then, let me begin. This is a short poem I've written in free verse based on something haunted me as of late, reflecting back on one of my most complicated and passionate past relationships. Forgive me. This might be a bit raw. It is of yet untitled. Lonk, this is gonna be like Retsuko. He's gonna start fucking doing metal. Lonk draws a deep breath, closes his eyes. His notebook is open on his lap. You can see the poem written there in elegant hand, but he doesn't need to look at it to recite the words. What is the meaning of a memory? A question I oft ponder. Intangible and untraceable by anything but the mind, yet so potent as to leave one sick, as if poisoned or wounded in a literal sense. And what meaning is there to regret and longing? Can my laminations change the past? Will they move the future? Shall they amount to much more than what amours here and now? If I restrict my world to that but which is before my eyes, to the whom I may touch, to that which I might alter, one would no doubt conclude that thoughts of you are last among what I consider to matter. And still you haunt me yet like a scar, like a disease uneager to abate. Who are you, and who am I after so long without you? I know, I don't know, I won't know. What do I know but what I know, and what can it even mean to know? No, no, no! Though it vexes me, though so little I valued it when it was before me, a thing, and a you I could touch and see and know and hate and wonder, revile, worship. Now it and you are a traceless ghost. I preoccupy myself with nothing but futile tasks of redefinition and reinterpretation and circuitous dwellings on which I understand even less now than in the times when my wonderings might have been so easily answered with a question or a bite or a kiss or even a single word spoken honestly. Presto, I am given color to our bond. I look not to onyx nor ash, but that which pulses within our very veins, that so blinding jade, hard as the stone for which it is so named. Twisted and pulled, hammered and forged, shaped unnaturally as if a chain. A stricture within scriptures, a certain so meaningful a tincture. Resent you though I must, envy you though I may. Now leagues and leagues stretch between us, and I make peace with naught but what I say. You are only that which is within me, my blood and my mind, and that is at once nothing, and the most elementary definition of everything. And now, the weather. You realize you are holding your breath when Link finally finishes. The circle falls into meaningful silence, taut as a wire. The tension breaks when his eyes flutter open, tears spilling over his long lashes. You squeeze Lonk's hand gently. He weeps silently and beautifully. Such powerful art. He musters a wan smile as he gazes across the circle at Lynera. Lynera, would you like to read next? Lynera looks stunned. There's moisture gathering in the corner of her eyes. Of course, anyone would be moved by something so emotional and raw. I guess I have a poem I could read. Lynera takes out her planner and opens it, breaking the circle of her held hands. She can't recite it from memory like Lonk. When she speaks, her voice is small and timid. This one's called Still. I'm still. I sit still. I do what I'm told still. I wonder about the way that I am, and I think still. I see her every day, and I still miss her. She hugs me, and I still feel cold. I'm surrounded by people, and I'm still alone. I'm still me. I still love her. And I still hate that. Wow. You're really proud of Lynera for opening up like this. She's crying too now. You reach out to take her hand back in yours. The indigo blood beside her comfortingly strokes her shoulder. Sorry. It's not really good and long like yours, Lunk. I'm not really a poet or anything. I just wrote down how I feel. Lynera, it's fine. I thought it was beautiful. Poetry is about expressing yourself. It's not important that it can be any set length or sound any certain way. All that matters is that you've spoken your blood pusher, and I think you've accomplished that remarkably. We're all very proud of you. Find yourself drawn into a group hug by Lonk and the other trolls. Lynera is sobbing openly now, and her raw emotion seems to have inspired similar pathos in the others. Before you know it, you feel yourself tearing up too. It feels good to get it all out, but before long, it's becoming clear Lynera is kind of reaching her limit. She pulls back and sniffles out something about wanting to go home. Of course, Lynera, if that's what you need. I'll talk to you back at the cloister. Okay. See to it that she gets back safe, will you? Tell Lonk that of course you will. Take Lynera carefully by the hand and lead her out of the party. She squeezes your fingers back to let you know she appreciates you. You walk back from the party in comfortable silence for a while. When you glance over at her face, it occurs to you you've never seen Lynera this happy. Of course, this is literally the second time you've seen her, so yes, you don't actually have much frame of reference for what her normal emotional state actually is. You really want to encourage her on this path of recovery she's going down and all, so you ask her about, her and Lonk. What? Her and Lonk. What, we're just friends? I mean, it's not like I have a crush on him or anything. I've had romantic feelings for a girl before, so it'd be really problematic if I liked a boy now. What? That's not how trolls work. That's not how trolls work at all! Oh, you say. You're sorry. You didn't know. It's okay. Just don't let it happen again. God damn it. This is all fake. This is all fake. Fuck, is that Jade in my chat? All of this is fake. Jade's in my chat. Lynera gives a warm smile and reaches out to pull you into a hug. Thank you for helping me. I was really nervous, and I think if I hadn't been for all your help, I wouldn't have been able to come at all. But I did so, thanks. It wasn't perfect, but I think I really opened up tonight. I'll see Lonk again. And you, I hope. And in the future, things will be easier. Right? You're certain they will. You put a comforting arm around her shoulders and walk her the rest of the way home. You feel like this night really taught you an important lesson. Not everything is about collecting the largest quantity of friends as humanly possible. Sometimes strengthening your bond with someone you already know can be just as rewarding. So screw you, you say, to the concept of good endings and bad endings and narrative railroading. This route makes you feel heckin' valid, and that's fine by you. So this is kind of biased, but I think that was I think that might have been one of my favorite ones. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. God damn it. It was one of my favorite ones. So what happens if I do now? Got it. Alright, so I'm guessing yes just loads up the NSFW version. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. That was the stream. I'll see you later. All right. Jesus Christ, fine. We'll do the fucking sex one. Are you happy? All right, hold on. I gotta get something first. Sorry, guys. Just give me a minute. Sorry. Just give me a minute. Just give me a second. Hold on. Is it? Okay, thanks for pointing that out, James. I'll finish the NSFW one then. Good enough. Okay. Just keep in mind that's gonna be my face. That's gonna be my face the whole time. Just keep in mind. Ah! You didn't see that! You didn't see that! Alright! Nope! You fuckers gotta wait! You wanted NSFW! You fuckers gotta wait! I knew he was here! I knew he was here! Alright. We're doing the NSFW first. You wanted this, you pieces of shit! No, I'm not going back on it. You guys suck. All right, do the NSFW version. Now you want me to go back and pick yes, huh? Now that you see Big Orbaman? Nah. Fuck you. That's good to hear. Why don't you come right in then, my dear? I don't want to see you making any little posts online about how my party was too fucking problematic for you, though. Ardata steps back and welcomes you again into her abode. The grandiose gesture. You're very, very excited for Ardata's party. And you know definitively that you will enjoy absolutely every second of what she has in store for you. Once you've stepped in past the threshold, Ardata blows you a toxic kiss and saunters off to mingle with her enthusiastic guests. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is a different scene, huh? One sec. Oops. Sorry. Alright. The first thing that hits you once you're in the door is the music. It's a solid wall of bass that reverberates through your body down to your bones. The intense dance track is blasting so loud you can hardly hear yourself think. It has to be this loud to drown out all the shouting coming from the living room. As you apprehensively advance, it becomes quickly clear that Lynera is completely out of her element here. She's a bundle of nerves beside you, practically glued to your hip. When you actually step into the living room, she physically attaches herself to your arm. Wow, this is more than I was expecting! You too. It's a scene of absolute chaos. The living room of the house is filled to the brim with rowdy teens, dancing rhythmlessly to the pounding music. The furniture has all been knocked over or otherwise destroyed, and you can make a pretty good guess of what's filling all the red cups you see in everyone's hands. It's blood. You're about to tell Lynera you wouldn't blame her if she wants to dip, but you can't get the words out before you're being flagged down by a jade-blooded boy who's just muscled his way out of the throng of partygoers with a few of his friends in tow. Oh boy. And try to crank up some music here. What the fuck? Horns. This is like fucking Tears in Rain shit. This is like fucking Blade Runner music. Lynera, you made it. Lynera all but flings herself away from your body and freezes like a scared animal as the troll approaches. For all the commotion and ruckus, he's still remarkably well put together. The vigorous dance huddle doesn't seem to have disturbed his sharp makeup or his impeccably coiffed hair. There's a curious red stain to the front of his white shirt, though. He has a slutty-looking indigo. What is this? We're up with the use of the word slutty. Looking indigo-blooded girl on his right arm, and an even sluttier-looking teal-blooded boy on his left. Though he shakes them off and waves them away by the time he reaches you and Lynera at the entryway to the room. Hi, Lonk. Yeah, I'm here. You watch with amusement as Lynera practically bursts into flame under his gaze. It only gets worse when he slides up to her, give her a startlingly intimate embrace. She squeaks and tries to hug him back, but is too timid to actually touch him with her hands. You can see sweat pouring down her face. After a solid 5 seconds, that seems to include Lonk smelling Lynera's hair, he pulls back to smile down at Lynera with a heavy gaze. Lynera's face is bright green, and her eyes are bugging out of her skull from how flustered she is. But she's not into it, you don't think? It's hard to tell, but you kind of get the impression he'd be dead by now if she weren't. Either way, it's awkward. Lucky for Lynera, Lonk either doesn't notice you or doesn't care. He settles into a comfortable, for him, posture with his arm casually along Lynera's waist and turns to you. Oh, who's this? This is my... friend? Yeah! Lonk quirks an eyebrow. You have friends? The question seems to leave Lynera speechless. So Lonk takes the opportunity to look back at you. His eyes rake up and down your body in a way that leaves you feeling distinctly objectified. Oh. Aren't you interesting? I don't like this Lonk. I like real Lonk. Is there a reason you look like that? What a question. He doesn't explain what that is specifically referring to, and given both your alien status and the state of your dress, it could mean a number of things. You might take it as an insult if not for the way he licks his lips after he says it. You can't seem to pry his eyes off of you. You look at Lynera for a cue, but she's too out of it to give you any sort of intelligible sign. So you just explain how you crash-landed on this alien planet an indeterminable amount of time ago. You really don't know what you're doing or much of anything about anything. The fact of your appearance could be due either to this or that you're generally a disaster being irrespective of your planetary origin. How fascinating. I've never met an alien before. This voice has changed. I can't do the Cecil voice when he's being a fuckhead. Well, you have, lots of times. In fact, literally everyone and everything here is alien to you. You find your word diarrhea becoming more and more awkward and embarrassing as Lonk's eyes start burning a hole into the center of your chest. There's no reason to be shy. I don't bite until asked. Lonk disconnects himself from Lynera as he rounds onto you. It's like he's lost any interest in her existence now that you're in front of him. Lynera looks at you with a completely pathetic expression and readily informs you as to what your response needs to be. You'll be damned if you aren't going to be the best wingman possible. So you definitely ignore Lonk's blatant pass and turn the conversation back to Lynera. You ask Lonk how long he and Lynera have known each other. Lonk raises his eyebrows at the question. Well, I suppose since she was chosen for the cloister? Some number of sweeps ago. I don't remember, really. It was 2.43 sweeps. Oh, right, then that many, I guess. Oh, fuck. Oh, right, then that many, I guess. It's hard when they're the same color. Huh. That's a pretty long time, actually. I don't like thinking about the passage of time, or how old I am, or what year it is. I'm fine just hanging out with Carlos. Haha, yeah! Pretty impressive that you've managed to go a solid 2.4 of them without saying a single word to me that wasn't circulated to me secondhand from your snide gossiping behind my back. Wow, talk about whiplash. Lynera's eyes get big like saucers. What? What? What are you? I don't know what you're talking about. The tone of the conversation is totally morphed from fire to ice in an instant. Though neither Lonk's expression nor demeanor have changed much, he slips in the knives with all the calm composure of casual statement. I mean, yeah, Lynera is an asshole, but Lonk is, like, being an asshole right now. I like the other one. Are you going to pretend you didn't spend the better part of the past 2.5 sweeps complaining about how much I disgusted you? Come now. You do know that everyone is aware you're a nasty little bitch, right, Lynera? Oh, fuck. I mean, don't take it the wrong way. I really don't mind. I'm hardly in position to criticize. I was just curious what caused the sudden change of heart, after so long decrying my vain and slatternly lifestyle. Have the impeding ordeals finally made the little clock start to tick down on that dry, dusty nook of yours? Did you figure I was the only one who might be loose enough to be willing to clean out the cobwebs before you get shipped off to Space Church and never have the chance again? Just wondering. There's a long, excruciating... Oh, fuck. There's a long, excruciating moment where Lynera says nothing. She just stares up at Lonk beside her with a complete shell-shocked expression. But before you can try to pipe up in Lynera's defense, she bursts into tears. Lynera's mean, but... I didn't want to see this happen. Oh, no. When Lynera suddenly turns and makes a mad dash to run at the door and away from the party, you're torn between running after her and giving this jerk a real piece of your mind. Your mind's made up when you look back at Lonk, just in time to catch him rolling his eyes. Hey, you say, that was kind of rude, don't you think? The nose makes him mean. He has a nose! Lonk snorts. Me? Rude? Are you perhaps attempting to fuck with me? Clearly you haven't spent much time around this bitter pill if you think that was anything short of precisely what she deserves. You concede you maybe don't have a full enough grasp on Jade Blood Cloister's social dynamics to make a definitive judgment on whether or not Lynera deserved to have been so ruinously owned. But she's your friend. What good are you if you don't stick up for people you care about? This might not really be Lonk, don't forget. That other Lonk could be the real Lonk. I have no idea what even got her so upset. Like I said, it's not like I really care about something I skipped it. It's not like I really care about what she says about me. But you don't get to spend as much time as she does being such a venomous little snake and act surprised when someone calls you out on it. Huh. Snake? Otacon! Who the fuck is this asshole? Why did you invite her, you ask? It seems needlessly cruel of Lonk to lead her on her false pretenses, if he never intended to be her friend at all. Huh. Otacon, is that a puppy? Snake, that's Isabelle. She's from the video game Animal Crossing. Do I have to fight a fucking dog? I promise you I had no such designs. The only reason I even invited her to this thing is that my ex is being a real blood-sucking bitch and no one else wanted to go. Ex? Wait a minute. I was willing to give her an honest shot, but I've no time for a vicious, slandering nag who can't even admit what she is. I thought it might be interesting to see what that crusty little shrew might be like if you could manage to wrest her bulge free of whatever excruciating knot she's got tied into. But I guess now we'll never know. Well, this is clearly a conversation you're going to have to Switzerland out of pretty soon. What? Try to explain the historical significance of Switzerland's political neutrality on your home planet. Lonk's eyes glaze over like he's listening to you recite a sports almanac of cricket stats. That's nice. Anyway, since I have scared away my date, why don't you stay a while and we can get to know each other a little better. You seem much more interesting than she is anyway. When did Lonk get so up close to you? Your heart beats a little faster when he smiles at you like that. So poisonous and shamelessly laced with intent. Lynera is definitely not the only one coming off like a snake here. I've less time to waste than most, my dear. Never seen the value in beating around the bush. Well, maybe it'd be socially prudent of you to go after Lynera, make sure she's okay. But it's also not her volume of the Friendsim, so instead of doing that, you're gonna stick around here and see what this spectacularly fiery prima donna is all about. I keep thinking of that nice Lonk. I like that nice Lonk. That's gotta be the real one. This has gotta be the fucking fake one. He's a fucking fake. No. You're incorrect. This is the wrong Lonk. One sec, guys. So fucking stupid. Yeah, his last name. Hiveswap. There you go. No. That is not Lonk Hiveswap. His name is Long Hiveswap. What are you talking about? First of all the people saying the other Long is fake, I don't believe you. And I will continue to not believe you for the rest of time. This one is fake. You had your fucking chance to bail out of this shit show, but all that's left for you to do now is barrel downhill as meteorically as you can manage. Fantastic. Care to dance? Why the fuck not? Lonk laughs pleasantly and reaches out to you, take you by the hand. The contact gives you a little thrill despite yourself. He's got nice hands, soft and warm and well taken care of. And you know it's going to be one hell of a ride wherever he's taking you. Come with me. Well, yes, it is. I mean in a canon. You know what I mean, James. In a canon sense. I mean, everything is fake. You do. He doesn't lead you straight to the dance floor, though. He takes you around the throng of dancing partygoers over to the kitchen of the house first. You weren't expecting to find a familiar face waiting for you there. Heh. Fancy meeting you here. You don't find it that surprising, honestly. You two know each other. You could say that. That's just great. Do you give discounts to friends? I sure fucking don't. You know the price, pretty boy. Pay up. Ears and nose. I love it. I love the art difference. It's fucking great. You're a little confused. What is being purchased here exactly? Elward gives you a funny look. You a drone? What? Hush. Are you a cop? You gotta tell me if you're a cop. Otherwise it's entrapment. You do as you're told to watch Lonk and Elward carry on their shady transaction. Lonk hands over the credits and receives an opaque little baggie of something in return. Oh boy. Oh well. You guess you really don't need to see what's in this thing to figure out what it is at this point. As soon as the deal is done, Lonk has his hand in the small of your back and is definitely guiding you away from the scene of the crime. Is buying drugs a crime here? You aren't really well versed about the laws of Alternia, but it honestly doesn't really seem like anybody would really give much of a shit about anybody doing drugs here. You guess the clandestine transactions are just here for the aesthetic. Lonk's got you back in a shady corner of the party and is pressing one of the tablets he bought into your hand with a sly grin. He expects you to join in. I just thought of something. The epilogue is... Do I have to have all the achievements unlocked to get the real ending? Because it has all those friend achievements. I don't know if I need... No, it's fine? Okay. Alright. Lonk's got you back in a shady corner of the party and pressing one of the tablets he bought into your hands with a sly grin. He expects you to join in. You're like, hold on a minute. Your experiences with alien drugs haven't really been that great, honestly, and you're not sure you're that excited for a repeat performance. Lonk's immediate response is to sneer. Oh, I see. Got it. That makes sense. You're one of those people. One of what people? You know. A bit boring, baby. There are many words that could be used to describe you, but you don't think boring is a remote contender. You're always doing some sort of unbelievably stupid shit and getting into uncountable, wacky, and life-threatening situations. Is it really that much to fucking ask for there to be one time you don't rush headfirst into doing something you don't know is gonna fuck you up and be totally awful? Lonk's lips press into a thin, annoyed line. These things aren't cheap, you know. I bought them for you. You didn't ask him to do that, did you? Oh, come on. Are you really going to be like this? Yeah, you totally are. Lonk sighs dramatically. Fine. Lonk casts around, speaking of fucking art styles. Lonk casts around for the nearest victim and grabs his attention with a hand around his wrist. To your dismay, it's your sweet and innocent hot dog chum, Diamond. Alas, there's nothing you could do to stop him from falling prey to Lonk's wicked designs. Here, have these. Oh, that's great! Thanks! I love to put drugs on my wiener. Oh no. Oh no. That's just awful. One sec, guys. We're gonna make Vinny a little transparent, so you can actually read the text if text comes up. Oof. What a tragedy. But before you know it, Lonk has a hold of you again and is dragging you off. Let's just dance. You're not much of a square to do that, are you? Of course not. Dancing is basically the one thing you actually plan to come here and do, so that's just great. Go along with Lonk enthusiastically. Sorry. He pulls you over to the writhing mass of bodies bumping and grinding on the dance floor. Oh my god. Well, that's the thumbnail sprite, I think. You get down to it. You soon discover that Lonk has a very interesting dancing style. And by interesting, you mean it primarily consists of directly grinding his body against yours in incredibly shameless fashion. Nah, I still don't like this Lonk. I like that sprite, though. You pressed in as you are all... But pressed in, as you are, from all sides by sweaty and inebriated bodies, there's not exactly much room for Troll Gigas to begin with. Don't say Gigas. Lonk is up on you so close it's hard not to sweat. He has his hands at your hips, and your face fixed with sharp eyes. His heavy stare is nearly hypnotic, so blatant and undisguised in his expression. Here, Ryan, take this. No! That's not Lonk Hiveswap! It's clear what he wants. And maybe that's more than you're prepared to give. But when he looks at you like that, it's impossible to look away. You know... I mean... I wish he was sexy and nice. That would be better. Oh, Catastical. What did you draw me? Hold on, I'm trying to click this link. Thank you for that drawing. What? What is Linera's horns? I forgot the shape of her horns. I love his chin. Some quality shit. Okay, one sec. Okay. It's clear what he wants. Maybe that's more than you're prepared to give, but he looks at you like that. It's impossible to look away. I just want to point out that I remember in the first arc, the MC, the reader, was like, "Oh, I'm not looking for sex, only friendship." And now he's like, "I know what he wants." You just go with it. Why not? It feels good, and you're not like anyone else's. It's not like anyone else is watching. Surrounded by trolls, boxed in and pouring sweat, and yet it feels like you're the only two people here. Lonk draws in, teeth by your ear, and this close you can hear him easily, even over the overwhelming pound at the base. You have the palest skin I've ever seen. Yeah. You tell him you're literally... It's the color code! You're literally white, which is like blank. That makes you super racially inoffensive, FYI. You let Lonk know he can see you any way he wants, which is even more woke than making a decision. Oh my god. Thin as paper. I can see all the way inside you. All your veins and your red blood. You smell like candy. I wonder how you taste. Wow, you say. That's like some shit a vampire would say. Presuming a rainbow drinker would be an awfully reductive and literal reading of my character. I'm just making a blatant sexual pass. Oh, okay. Good thing that's all cleared up. You take this as an opportunity to really let loose, showing off everything you've got in the sexy dance acumen department. Blanc is a little bewildered. What are you doing? You're like, what aren't I doing? There's a fire on the dance floor and you're stuck at the match. You're fucking it up in here, really getting it, breaking it down, bopping and crumping or whatever. I'll crump with you, sweetie. You're smashing your ass into everyone around you and getting hot and heavy with those lusty moves. There's a point where Blanc has to step back. You presume to properly behold your art in all its glory. But it soon becomes clear that it's not your prodigious dancing skills that have given him pause. You follow his startled gaze and look to see his cause for alarm. Bronya's here, and she looks pissed. Fucking kick his ass, Bronya! Come on! I like this arc all of a sudden! Kick the shit out of him. Kick the fucking shit out of him. I fucking love you, Bronya. Bronya, get him! Get him! Bronya is still standing in the entryway, contending with Ardata, and it looks like she hasn't caught sight of you yet, but Blanc isn't wasting any time. Before you realize what's happening, Blanc has you by the wrist and is hauling you away from the dance floor and off down the hallway. Kick his ass, Bronya. Blanc finds safety in a bedroom, respite block, you remind yourself, when you take stock of the conspicuous absence of any bed, and the presence of a revolting-looking slime cocoon in which trolls allegedly spend their repose. You hold each other in tense and nervous silence, pressed against the locked door. What feels like your blood rushing through your own ears is almost enough to drown out the music. Seconds turn to minutes, and nobody comes to find you. It seems for now you've escaped Bronya's notice. Bronya, come back, please. When you turn your head to look back at Blanc, you find he's been staring at you for some time. I haven't been able to take my eyes off you since the moment I first saw you. You're so interesting. You freeze like a hare staring down a snake. Blanc lifts his hand to brush a thumb across your cheek, fingers curling under your chin. You meet his eyes. His pupils are so black. I want to know what it would be like to kiss you. No. Blank's tongue darts out of his to wet his painted lips. Do you want to kiss me? Well, you've already clicked on at least 2 mature content disclaimers to get this far. Why the hell not? Blanc leans in and presses his lips against yours. Wow! Holy shit! Thanks for the $20 donation! Fuck, dude. Thanks. I appreciate it. Britt, leave. Britt, you don't want to... Britt, no. Britt, come back. I'll DM you when to come back. You don't want to see this arc. It's bad. I'll DM you when the epilogue comes up, because the epilogue's gonna be important, and you'll like the epilogue. Yeah. Alright, Britt's gone. I'll message. Blanc leans in and presses his lips against yours. He kisses you much more sweetly than he looks. His lips are soft and wet like the taste of blackberries. This beats making out with a couple of greasy teens behind a dumpster. Oh, I forgot we made out with. That's for sure. When one of his sharp fangs nicks your bottom lip, you don't even care. But when a drop of blood bleeds out onto his invasive tongue, Blanc draws back just an inch. You taste sharp and dangerous. like a weapon. Is that a good thing? It's not a bad thing. Lonk pulls back further. His hand slips from your cheek and his fingers trail down your neck to rest in your collar, thumb brushing against the thrum of your pulse. Oh no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, Isu, leave! Isu, go! Thank you for the. Isu's a baby! Isu, leave! Isu, I'm turning off the stream until you leave, and then people will hate you. Why did you time out Isu? No! First of all, Isu just turned 18 the other day. And saying about Nox, you shouldn't have... Go tell Nox go tell Isu you were joking and you're sorry. Have you ever been paled before? Whoa! Lonk shrugs off his jacket and starts unbuttoning his shirt. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is this really gonna go there? You're like, well, no. You've never done any alien intercourse with a bucket. But it doesn't look like he's even had one on him at the moment. That was apparently the wrong thing to say because Lonk's face scrunches up in displeasure. Don't mock me. It's my first time. Figured laughing would constitute mocking him, so you don't. But the look you give him seems to say enough. Us Jades who live in the cloisters have been chosen for a very special duty. We're expected to adopt a chaste and ascetic life in service to the continuation of our species. And when we undergo our ordeals and are sent off-world, there's no such thing as sneaking out of the caverns. If I don't do this now, when? My life is nearly over. Will you help me feel alive? But before you can answer, Vranya's voice starts to rise shrill above the heavy music. Lonk! Fuck. Branya, help! 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 Lonk's hands shoot out at lightning speed to draw you close. Before you can so much as gasp, he presses one of his palms over your mouth to keep you quiet. Shit, she's close. And from the sound of it, she's getting closer. Lonk! I know you're here. You need to come out right now and go home. Lonk leans in close to your ear. Shh. What will you do? Oh! Ow! 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 Help! You rip Lonk's hand off your mouth and start yelling for Branya. Alright, JC Barter, stop. Just stop saying rape. It's fucking weird. What the fuck, dude? Lonk tries to scramble away from you to make some sort of last-ditch effort to escape, but it's no use. Branya hears you and comes running, furious. She hulks the locked door off its hinges before you can even get up to let her in. You duck flying chunks of alien architecture and scuttle off to avoid what you fear might be further alien fists. Lonk! As angry as her voice is, my girl is here. I fucking love you, Branya. Bless you. Some of the fury goes out of her face when the moment gaze lands on Lonk's state of partial undress. She reflexively brings up a hand to shield her eyes. What in the world? Put your clothes back on right this instant, young man. Lonk freezes where he stands, apparently accepting that he's been caught. There's nowhere left to run. If he doesn't intend to fling himself out a window, a sneer uncoils on his face. Oh, please, save the Purity Act. Like this is anything you haven't already seen a dozen times before. Branya's face goes bright jade. What? What in the world are you implying? I would never. Isu's back. Forget Lynera. You've always been the craziest bitch in the whole cloister. You know you are actually a Lucis, right? Oh! Touchdown! Get him! I want an entire scene of her beating the shit out of Lonk. Please. Bronya marches right up to Lonk and slaps him hard across the face. Lonk makes an undignified noise as he recoils from the blow. It looks like that really hurt. His face is stinging bright under the handprint. He forces out a strained laugh. My word, Bronya. If you wanted to join us, all you had to do was ask. Damn, you wish you had some sort of popcorn right around now. Just kind of sit back and take it all in. Lonk's incentive has its apparent desired effect. Bronya is all but steaming at this point, hands balled into fists at her side. You kind of want to say hi to your friend, but she's a little preoccupied, it seems. I am not going to raise to your petty baiting. You know you're in the wrong here. We've spoken time and time again about recklessly sneaking out of these parties, and now you're dragging Lynera into your mess. Lynera has told me all about the things you've been saying and doing to her, and it is completely unacceptable, Lonk. You've had more than enough lectures about the way you treat your flesh quadrant partners, and it is absolutely needs to stop. You are coming back with me to the cloister right now. When we're home, we're going to have one last serious talk about this, and if there aren't changes, there are going to be consequences. Eventually, Bronya's overbearing hollering seems to finally break Lonk down. He sighs, shoulders slumped, and rolls his eyes. Fine, fine. Bronya crosses her arms indignantly as she waits for Lonk to finish fixing his clothes. Lonk unbuttons his shirt, puts back on his jacket and his tie, and then he has to go retrieve his palm husk, which he seems to have discreetly slid over to where you're standing. He casually saunters his way over, and instead of picking up his own device, snatches yours out of your hand. Hey, I've gotta go, but let me give you my chitter information. Maybe we can pick up where we left off later, sweetheart. Bronya stomps over to grab Lonk by the ear and drag him away. He has one of those. But not before he's finished putting his chitter contact into your palm husk. He shoves it back into your hand, mouths you a see you later, and then fully hauled out the room. Hypocrite! You need to shut your mouth! And then they're gone. Friendship accomplished? You guess? That's not even his ear, she's just grabbing hair. We still have to... Yeah. Ryan, did you see this? Hold on. I gotta see what Crystalline posts. Oh, that's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites right there. Hold on. You guys want to see the epilogue, huh? I'll crop with you, sweetie. All right, I want a general consensus. Are we doing the epilogue? God damn it. Are we doing the epilogue now?
Self-voicing disabled.
Shut the fuck up! Save it for last. I beg. Okay. Nox said NSF... Okay, I'm going with Nox. Sorry, I'm going with Nox, guys. Nox is the one. Nox and Doodle... Nox has more... Nox and Doodles have more weight than, you. No offense, chat. Keep quiet. Let's see where this... You want to see where this goes? Keep your mouth shut and wait for Bronya to pass. She only shouts for a little while longer before the sound of her voice fades away. There are too many blocks in this hive for her to be trying to break down the door to every one. She didn't look too closely at this one. You've lost her. When it becomes clear Bronya is gone for good, Lonk lets his hand fall away from your lips. You feel him smile against your ear. Where were we? I'll end you. Who's been drawing troll dicks? You turn in Locke's arms and look up into his blazing eyes. How can you alien pale without a bucket? I don't mind doing it without one. Sometimes it can be fun to get a little messy, don't you think? Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh. You're like, weren't you just saying this was your first time? Locke answers you with another kiss. This time he means business. Oh. 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 Can't I go back to that? Please. You go all the way with the super slutty alien, and then you slump out on the ground completely wasted. Maybe this all went kind of off the rails, but you have to admit, it would have been a real shame if you got through this entire extraterrestrial adventure and never get to smash even one single alien. What would be the fucking point, honestly? This guy really did a whole number on you. You're lying spread-eagled on the floor as Lonk is putting his clothes back on. Man, this is probably your most accomplished friendship to date. You're not quite ready to move just yet, but since you and Lonk are such good chums now, you figured now's a good time as any to ask for his cheddar. Lonk seems surprised to even hear you speak. Huh? You want to add me on Chitter? Yeah, you say. Isn't that what friends do? Oh, sorry, I can't. My palm husk is broken right now. Lonk says while typing away furiously on his palm husk. I don't own a phone. Lonk rolls his eyes. I thought you would take the obvious hint. What obvious hint? Lonk huffs. Look, I was trying to be nice, but you just weren't that good, babe. I don't often ring the same bell twice, but if I were going to consider it, you'd have to show me a better performance than that. Whoa. Holy shit. That's that, you guess. Your lowest low. Your first time banging an alien and you couldn't even satisfy him. A little seed of worthlessness takes root inside of you and germinates so explosively that it fills you up until there's basically nothing left. You die of shame immediately. I don't have to look down at the fucking chat. The chat's on my lower screen. I don't have to look fucking down. I see the chat going crazy. I know what the fuck you're doing. And I also... F. Shit. Wow. Wow. What a prick. Yeah, why are you spamming that fucking link? It's epilogue time. Oh, it didn't even... Okay. Well, yeah. No, we're doing the thing. Alright, let me call Britt. Okay, Britt's here. Alright, do you understand? Yes. Of course you do. You sort of creature always does. You're worn out. Last night was, well, it sure was something. You lived, probably. You learned, definitely. You made choices. You had to. After all this time, here you still are. So after a day of recuperation from ragers and houses of horror, you're out walking the streets of the place you may as well start calling home. You've changed out of your party gear, opting for your old hoodie standby. It fits the mood you're in. You're not really looking to meet anyone new tonight. Well, like, you wouldn't say no, probably. But you're not jonesing for it. Only a little. It's complicated. After an indeterminable amount of minutes aimlessly walking, you look around at where you've ended up. You seem to have wandered into a dirt pile. Oh, you know this dirt pile? It's Fozzer's corpse field. How did you get here, you wonder? Pretty sure you were just on the other side of the city with no particular desire to come anywhere near here. It's probably fine. Just your deep, innate, bro-honing skills taking over your goddamn body. Just a little friendship things. You look around for your pal Fozzer, peeking into a few of the deeper holes. You might as well say hello since you're here and all. Holy shit. That again. Curiosity killed the cat, but you've definitely got more than 9 lives, so you shrug and slide, not gracefully, down into the tiny hole. Ah! Ah! Fozzer's nowhere to be found, but there's a window down here. It's almost completely unearthed. Doesn't take much effort to free it the rest of the way. At first, you think it might be some cool new trash you could make art with. But then you look closer and you reconsider. There's a whole ass room you can see through the pane of glass laying at your feet. That's weird. Weirdness isn't typically a deterrent for you, but usually there's at least some causational coherence. Doors are in walls. Walls surround rooms. You aren't used to finding parlors in ditches. Is there a latch or something? Should you do a polite little knock? There might be friends in there. Damn, you could really go for some friends right now. Is there protocol for approaching ditch window? Allow me to stop you there. I am a timeless being of the void, but even my patience has its limits. Fun is fun, but this frivolous navel-gazing is no longer necessary. Come in from behind the shadow of that narrative text. It's so very hard to see your face. You aren't sure where you are. And it's unsurprisingly a little nerve-wracking. You look over your shoulder at the window. You guess you just fucking came on through. The Alternian sky is framed by the edge of your dirt hole, and the knot in your stomach loosens a bit. Hopefully... James, I really like this one. Hopefully that means this is a two-way portal. There he is, the devil himself. But he was already here, wasn't he? He was always here. Isu's never read Homestuck, so Isu's very confused right now. Turn to look at your surroundings and, oh, there's someone here. The guy you just heard, you assume. He doesn't look like any of the other aliens you've ever met. Oh, I'm not an alien. Or no more than any of us aliens are to each other. In fact, nothing is alien to me. The root concept behind that term is alienation, being forced from that which is natural. Nothing is unnatural to me. I look upon all realities as equally inviting and approachable. It's you, my dear, who are out of place. I could see that even if I was not omniscient, which I am. Okay, so not an alien. No horns or cast sign, though. He's definitely not a troll. Whoever he is, he seems to just be white. Like, really white and round. And his outfit is admittedly kind of dope. Also, we have canon sprites for our boy now. Look, he's got real sprites. Looking at him really ramps up your friend thirst. He's just got this quality, but nah, you don't want to be friends with this one. Nah, you don't want to be friends with this one. Not this one. Nah, not this one, though. Nah, time to go home. Time to go home. Not this one. Looking at you really ramps up your friend thirst. He's just got this quality about him that you've got to get with. Take a step towards him almost without thinking about it. Oh, my apologies. That compulsion has become extraneous. Let me take care of it for you. Whoa, what? He snaps his fingers and your knees buckle. The force of the universe presses down on you like G-force. You blink, and somehow he's there immediately, arms outstretched to catch you as you fall. He steers you to a chaise lounge, and you drape yourself weakly onto it. Please, have a seat. The emotional transition might be a tad uncomfortable, but I know you're handled worse. Quite the soldier. Allow me to be the first to say I'm very pleased with your work. I know exactly what you were going to do, of course. And most of your work was, in fact, my work. Regardless, congratulations are in order. What's this guy talking about? Your work? Try to parse what he's saying, but your body is still shaking from whatever he just did to you. And it's hard to think in here. You suddenly, sharply don't feel friendly toward him at all anymore, or toward anyone. The void left by that feeling is freshly gaping horror. It's like who you thought where you were caved in itself. A black hole of personality eating your body up from the inside. Try to pull your shit together. He seems like he means business. There's no time to lose it, no matter if your sense of self is shattering. When you truly reflect on yourself, you surely can't with any honesty claim to believe any of this was by your own making. Crash landing on a hostile alien world, surviving the impact, dragging around a half-broken body, somehow not immediately being eaten by local fauna. Did you learn an alien language just by thinking about it very, very hard? Right. Alex said something about that you were speaking perfect Alternian, and it was kind of weird, but you kind of just accepted it for no good reason. It's kind of your whole deal. Your friends all accepted your quirks. That's what friends do. If this... Man. I can't even remember what I was gonna fucking say. If this ends with him going to the stump, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry laughing. You say it to convince yourself as much as you prove it to him. So many trolls, so many fascinating aliens. All of them wanted to know you. Did you really think you managed to do that all on your own laurels? Were they all just drawn to an ineffable something, the je ne sais quoi? Well, yeah. You had this whole emotional arc. You got self-confidence. You grew as a person and helped others grow. The white text guy doesn't make any expressions, but you get the feeling he's looking at you pityingly. I find you sweet. Honestly, I do. I don't intend to cause any emotional injury. I'm just telling you the truth. I never lie, you'll find. It isn't like you don't have admirable qualities of your own, of course. You made quite the valuable vessel for me, and I appreciate that very much. I could not have done it without you. I'm only joking. I absolutely could have done it without you. It's just infinitely more fun to do these things together, is it not? What thing? What did he do? What did you do? Hope you didn't do something that would fuck over all your friends. That when you try to think about them now, the bonds you felt before come up all twisted. Without the artificial friendship drive he'd given you pushing you forward, not even sure those memories are supposed to feel like. Close your eyes and breathe. You try to remember the way Polly touched your face after you touched hers, her claws trailing down your cheek. Tizia slept, trusting as he kept watch. Oh. Tagore gave you a chance when he saw something in you you didn't even see in yourself. How not that long ago, you got Chitter handled an extremely friendly Jadeblood boy. Those memories are like the memory of warmth to you now. Blurry, cold, out of reach. Was all of it for nothing? Your heart is a chasm. Don't worry so much about it. I simply needed some dots connected, some pieces in place for my next move. Choose whichever metaphor suits you. Whichever way you frame it, because of you, everyone will soon be in their right place. Oh no! Shit, what have you done? Your head starts to spin and you think you might cry, so you pull your hood up over your head to block out the harsh green of the room. How late am I? Oh, all the way late. You try to imagine it still smells a bit like Malik. It doesn't. It doesn't smell like anything really, but you remember what it smelled like at first. You hold on to that. It was real, you tell yourself. Your friends were real, and what you felt for them and with them was real too. You're afraid for them, and guilty as you feel craving for it. The fear just makes you need those feelings you felt before even more. You're clawing desperately for the euphoria of caring, of being cared for. Who cares if your hand was forced? You felt it and still mattered. Matters. You remember how you felt watching Chixie perform, bathed in light and righteous anger. How you drunkenly commiserated with her later when... No, that's not right. That didn't happen. Except, you still remember how hungover you were the next day. Well, just when you started making sense of things, the whole fucking world shifts under your feet again. You can't keep up with the moving real estate in your brain. Ah yes, all of the resets, annoying but necessary. You are just indescribably bad at keeping yourself alive and in one piece. You weren't quite as adept at befriending aliens to start out with. My intervention was necessary to keep you on the right path. Time and space mean very little to me, but I had to move quickly and again, repeatedly. Swipe some incriminating note-taking here, befriend some impressionable young upstart there, anger a collar bear, inspire some bandits. You know how it is. You have to throw the temporal spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. I'm sure if you look back, you will be able to see traces of my deft touch. So, a few memories may have slipped through the cracks here and there. Timelines tend to collapse in on each other if you aren't careful. Your ability to mentally withstand such an event, and so often, is a testament to my acumen in choosing you for the task. You almost caught on a few times, which I must say I was not expecting. You almost listened to the silly little girl who likes to dress up in big coats and cause me trouble. And as always, some bystanders end up getting caught in the crossfire. Boulder. Boulder! Boulder knew! Boulder knew! Boulder knew! And now Boulder's gone. Boulder knew and got caught up in it. Oh. The one with the shovel, for instance. I doubt his mind will ever be the same. A pity. Sit up straight and clench your hands into fists. Over the course of his pompous monologuing, you've moved past fear and grief and onto deep, globe-chafing rage. How dare he do this to your mind, to your friends' lives? What was so important that one white orb asshole had to fuck with the destinies of everyone you've grown to care about? There are answers out there and you deserve them, so you demand them. Adorable. Yikes. You shift on the chaise lounge so as to better hide your famous legs from this creepy round fucker. Oh, calm down, all of you and your adherence to societal expectations and archetypes. Perhaps one day you could just learn to take a compliment. Besides, I was being condescending. So you demand answers. He sighs theatrically. You aren't sure where the noise is coming from. He doesn't have a mouth. How is he even talking? How the fuck does anything work at all? I knew you would, but I find explaining myself incredibly tedious. Suffice it to say, I'm a man with many boards and fields of play, and although there are countless ways to move the players around those boards, some are doubtlessly more entertaining than others. Yeah, boards. Oh, hi, Aisha! Oh, hi, Aisha! I just realized Vinny's still up in the fucking stream. We don't need him anymore. Sorry, Vinny. Aisha, I'm fucked up! Did you? Way to go, Aisha. And Lalo. Suffice it to say, I'm a man with many boards. Yes, he's playing chess, I get it. You are simply one pawn among many. I won't bore you with the details. Doubtless you are aware of the greater contextual framework of this story. The hell you are. You aren't aware of jack shit. Your head is full of question marks. Of course. How thoughtless of me. See, yet another unfortunate side effect of this limitless conversing with narratively limited. Taps the thumb and forefinger to his orb. Perhaps it would suit you better to understand gradually. When I say gradually, please understand that I mean it. You won't be leaving. But yes, I do believe this will clarify some things for you. This way, please. He opens the door and gestures inside. There's a light coming from in there, but it still gives off the vibe of a dark closet door in an unfamiliar bedroom at 3 a.m. You're afraid, yeah, but you want to understand even more. You stand up and take a step, conscious of the movement of the muscles in your legs. With the rosy sheen of your friendship hypnosis or whatever the fuck he did to you gone, the sensation of moving your own body feels heightened, important, yours. There's probably a version of you that would try to turn him down, or would fight or run and take a nap on his surprisingly comfortable piece of antique furniture. You'd probably even consider rushing back to say goodbye to somebody, anybody, at least. But you know there isn't time to click through all that bullshit. I just realized something. He's the reader. He's the reader. And Doc Scratch says he's going to explain slowly. Doc Scratch is gonna have him read Homestuck. This is fitting! This is perfect for Ryan Reed's Homestuck! Starting next Friday! No, I didn't just realize he's the reader, but he's gonna go read fucking Homestuck now! He's gonna become that reader! The one with the gun! This was a fucking... Fuck. Those tributaries flicker in your mental periphery, so tangible you can almost see yourself choosing one. But you pull your focus back to your present and look him right in the orb. You just have to trust they'll remember you, because the you've become after this journey, after all this friendship and growth and death and time, that you needs to understand. You owe it to your friends, but even more, you owe it to yourself. You found your river, and you're going to see where it leads. So you follow him. I'm gonna lose my shit if that leads up to a boy standing in his room. I'm gonna lose my shit. This was all just it was just a prequel for the reader. This was all just a prequel for the reader. In the interest of expediency, I will leave you to your own devices while I go deal with an unexpected but entirely unwanted guest. It shouldn't be too hard to parse out the truth on your own. Is the guest, perhaps... I think I know who the guest is. All you need to do is read a brief webcomic. No! This just popped up! Google Chrome just opened up in front of a fucking Hiveswap window! Damn it! No! So, Ryan reads Homestuck next Friday. That's not a joke, by the way. I literally tweeted that earlier. And now that this is the thing, now that this is literally a prequel, it's perfect. It's perfect! I had no idea this was gonna be the end until right then. I'm doing it on Friday. I don't know what time I'm doing it on. I'll let you know on Twitter. Oh. So is that it? Any more secret endings to do? Oh, cool. I'm trying to get rid of the chat. No more endings? Is that it? Is that the end? Will you be posting your reading on YouTube? Yeah, I will. We'll see, Britt. I'm maybe a guest star. Okay, that's it. Alright! Let's check out the credits and then I want to do some shoutouts, so don't leave just yet. Alright. Jesus Christ. Alright, wow. So, coming in as the winner for writing is, oh, you know, Good old Aisha. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's no credits. No, the credits aren't updated yet. I see. That was, Kieran did, okay. V did long. Yeah, I knew about V did long. Kieran did the clowns. And Lalo and you did Scratch. Oh my god. Alright, so, fuck. This has been Hiveswap Friendsim. I played this in April. I just want to thank everyone that worked on this game and everyone for showing up in chat. And even fucking Aisha and James to have popped up in chat, which was fucking dope. This is crazy. Yeah. Well, guys, come back Friday. Come back next Friday and the Fridays after that, because I'm going to start reading Homestuck. Because fuck it. It doesn't have to end. It doesn't have to end, motherfuckers. Yeah. See you, Aisha. It doesn't have to end. Keep drawing that art. Tell us what time. I'll tweet you. I'll tweet it out. I have to decide. We post it on YouTube. Yes, I'll post it on YouTube. It's the prequel to Homestuck, folks. Literally. Can Discord yell thank you too? What do you mean? You're not in voice right now, are you? No, you're not. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. Next Friday, Homestuck. Act 2 will come up eventually. Bring me Hiveswap. We call 12/14 Slapwrist Day. Does Homestuck Day and Slapwrist Day. Bye, everyone. That's so stupid.